The army split in half. They surround themselves, forming into a cauldron formation. In the centre, the great Huskars and the warriors stand guard over Farthane's corpse. They will not let the enemy defile it any further. They have shot it and they have hacked it into pieces, but they will use this and they will hold him back. If he stands as a monument to the slain, then so be it. The Saxons will not allow their former friend to be harmed any further. The Vikings withdraw their lines. Amongst the Saxons they bear Danes who were once friends of Farthane himself, men who could have been called Vikings in a former life. But now the armies withdraw. The Vikings' ambush has been thwarted, and now the time for brief talk is grief-stricken. A young warrior steps forward. The warriors take their knees. Farthane still, his corpse in the centre of the field, dead, a monument. Saxon warlord calls him an animal, vermin, pig. The Viking warlord opposite him claims to have placed the final blow into his back. The Vikings have baited this ambush and now they will make good. But perhaps there is an old way to do this. This is a thing, how after all. Perhaps trial by combat. Perhaps in the shadow of Farthane's corpse they will send two warriors forward. Two warriors to fight against each other in ancient combat. From a time that predated the Vikings and the Saxons in this place, from the time when warlords like Cuchulainn and warriors like this, ancient Celtic lore. But now, the Saxons bear witness to an ancient method. Trial. Champions. Sword strikes against shield, shields shudder, swords splinter, and skulls will shatter if they strike. A knee to the face, and a foot to somewhere worse. A long-haired warrior dropping her sword. The Saxons surround the warrior, and their champion, once one of Farthane's men, is struck low. The warriors now prepare to probe each other. They're going to test each other's strength. They call to watch the man next to him. The Vikings have their flag held high, the blue and white crested standard held from behind the lines, and it waves back and forth, fluttering in the wind. Saxons and the Vikings prepare to engage. They probe carefully. No man wishes to step too close to the other. Spears gently push forward. They must keep those lines together, because if they try and hook round, the Saxons and the Vikings will immediately push, and the centre will be blasted and broken through. Out on the side, skirmishes break out. The swords hook left and right. Spears jab forward, and suddenly the river of steel in the centre of the line begins to break apart. No water flows here, only blood. And still, the monument corpse of Farthane in the centre of the battlefield, unmoving, untouched. The sword gently waving in the wind. The warriors shout, they call for battle, they're preparing themselves, and now it must be time. Death. They begin to call for the death to slay their enemies. Vikings bite their shields at the Saxons, and now the battle phase is upon them. Their eyes wide with horror, with terror, for what they are about to do will slay so many, and blood will spill upon this land. And now the Hearthguard will push in. Warriors push their way forward and through and hack to pieces, and the fighting on the right hand flank is fierce and ruthless, and on the centre is steady. But they must be aware, the Vikings must now know that on their flanks the enemy has made its way round. The Saxons are pushing hard and they're behind them. Swords are drawn but too late, and the corpses begin to pile. The Saxons are rounding them up. Vengeance will be theirs.